Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this card with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. I also have links for the products that I used. And if you click those links, it'll take you to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I made this card as a graduation card for my grandson. High school, hard to believe. And I used my Evernote notebook to see if I had any graduation stamps. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't keep retired stamp sets, and I did not have any graduation stamps. I did remember that I had Everyday Arches, and Everyday Arches is full of encouraging sentiments, and so I looked at that and I saw Reach for the Stars, and I thought that would be perfect. I looked up his high school colors and discovered that it's, well, according to what I saw, navy blue, orange, and white. Turns out it's just orange and white, but they had lots of navy, so it worked okay. And I thought it was a lovely card. So I used Timid Tiger. My card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have another piece of Timid Tiger for this larger arch. I have a piece of basic white for the smaller arch, a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white for the inside. I neglected to take a picture of the card before I gave it to our grandson, and so I've recreated it to show you now. And I'm sure I used Night of Navy, but of course I didn't keep that card to do my video. So I think I accidentally grabbed another color. I think this is Secret Sea, but I've got Night of Navy for this one for the video. And I'm going to start by stamping the sentiment in Night of Navy ink. I'm going to put this close to the top of my arch. And this paper is larger than I need it. And I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I've got you lifted up, and I'm going to emboss the Night of Navy cardstock with the Glass and Gardens embossing folders. It has this beautiful floral, and it also has this, I don't know how to name this. It looks kind of 60s to me, kind of a graphic. This does fit the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It is one of the thinner ones, not the 3D. I'm using it on the big machine though, because this card layer is too wide for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I want to have this kind of in the middle of my card. And because this is a mini one, normally you would want to use the full-size cutting plate, but because I'm going to be embossing over the middle part, I'm going to use the mini one. And with the thinner embossing folders, you use a clear plate on the top and a clear plate on the bottom with the cardstock inside the folder. So then I'm going to just rotate this so that I have those lines meeting in the middle. Those, I don't know if you can see through the embossing folder. Maybe you can. So I'm trying to match this line with the folder. And so it did kind of flatten out a little bit here. perhaps I should have had the edge of the top plate right at the edge of the embossing section. And then I'm going to do some die cutting, so I need to add the die cutting plate number 2. And I don't think I showed you that I'm using the Evernote arches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And really you can just kind of see which one fits the arch best for these. I need my cut up plate. And you know, I think I'm going to cut these both at the same time. And then the number 6 for the timid tiger. And my clear plate on top. And then I wanted something to fill in the rest of this card. So I thought stars. So I went back to my Evernote notes and looked for, did I have any star embellishments or stars on my designer series paper that might have Night of Navy. Nope. But I did find I would have never thought of this, the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder that has these little tiny stars. Who would have thought? Thank you, Evernote, for helping me find that. So I brought you back down because it's time to assemble this card. I've got a piece of white for the inside of the card, and on the card I gave to my grandson, I actually made this into a little money pocket. So I just punched some holes in here in a slot, and you can fit your money in or your gift card inside. Because honestly, I think that's what kids want these days, is money for whatever. And then I'm going to put the emboss layer on. And this is closer to the actual colors on the school website, and all their booster club stuff. Putting the Reach for the Stars white arch on the timid tiger. And I have a bit of timid tiger ribbon, and I'm putting this way over on the very side of the arch. Just with a square knot. And I always leave my ribbon attached to the roll. So if you see a measurement, often it's just a guess how much I used, because I don't measure it out ahead of time. I have already cut out my stars from a piece of foil. You might have just a scrap of foil. I'm going to put this on my card with dimensionals. And Reach for the Stars, I mean, boy, that could be for graduation, but it could also be a congratulations on a promotion. So I'm putting this down in the corner, and you can decide how far up you want it. I put about 1/4 inch. And you can see that kind of blank spot, but I'm going to be distracting you. It's not going to go away, but I think it'll be less visible. I've already cut out all those little tiny stars, and they are teeny tiny. And I'm going to just scatter them from this top corner. Little tiny dots. I don't want to put any kind of pattern here. And I suggested that you cut out about 25. There are actually 4 on a die, so you probably want a multiple of 4. And I am not counting these. I'm just scattering them. And I am putting a couple on this orange border. It's really better to give it a little time to dry out. If you just pick your stars up you take your pick tool, you may have to hold it down so it doesn't lift up. Some of these stars do look like they've got kind of an up and a down, but to be honest with you, I'm paying no attention to that whatsoever. If you choose to do that, by all means, feel free. And I know graduation season is kind of over, but I like to coordinate my colors with events if there's a color scheme. Maybe you've got a wedding invitation, so I do the colors with the wedding invitation, or like I said, school colors. And there's my card. Really pretty quick and easy to put together. Here is the web address where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. I also offer lots of resources on my website. Click Shop to see the online exclusives, clearance items, my frequent shopper points, and the products I offer to make crafting more convenient. That includes a cardstock sampler for all the current Stampin' Up! Cardstock and samplers for the Stampin' Up! Cardstock going all the way back to 1997. Click Inspiration to scroll my projects. You'll find the directions and images all the way back to 2011. You may also want to check out the Basics button where I share about stamps, ink, and paper, card cutting, bases, and layers, and some of my favorite tools. Click Getting Organized to find lots of free resources like case inserts, labels for just about every product, catalog tabs, color tools, and much more. More organization means more time for crafting. Click Evernote Current Products to learn how you can share my Evernote notebooks. The Current Products Notebook allows you to search every item by name, number, type of product like stamps, designer series paper, tools, themes like birthday, friend, baby, masculine, and even individual words. I also share a notebook with retired products going back to about 2015, and there's lots more that are older than that. Click Stamp Together if you're in Ventura County and come stamp at my house. You can also join my team if you're anywhere in the United States. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to my website so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.